I want to do certain things, but I'm not stupid to disregard that I'm a vessel for other people. I'm a voice for other people. Like, because I can have the greatest music to me, but if people are not receiving it and understanding it and gravitating towards it, I'm doing a disservice. I'm being selfish.
What's going on, you guys? We are back with season 2. Let me say it again. We are back with season 2 of From the Script, a platform for my authors, my scribers, my TV, film, and songwriters, where they're able to come on, peel back the letters of their stories, and so much more. I am your host, Armourie, and I am delighted to be here with you all today. Before we dive into today's episode, please be sure to like, subscribe, do all of the things, baby, okay? On YouTube, Patreon, Apple Music, Spotify, and all of the others, okay? But today, y'all, today, I have a powerhouse joining me, okay? Talk about he's an entertainer. He's an artist, okay? Because it's a difference, okay? He is a songwriter. And he's your mama's favorite rapper, okay? Please help me welcome the one and the only, all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana, baby. You know, help me welcome Mr. Nilly. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, your mama favorite rapper. I like that one.
You know?
I like that one. If she don't know yet, she gonna figure it out.
She gonna find out.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you for having me, man. I like this.
Thank you. I'm glad to have you here as well. Man, talk about us going way back.
Yeah.
Way back. What you said, 2012?
2012. Random.
Wow.
Yeah, spring break, Panama. Just random in passing. So
yeah.
And now we here. It was
Literally.
meant.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, okay, let's get straight to it. You know, I gotta always throw it to you and let you tell the viewers how you came to be about today.
All right. Well, my story is, for those who don't know, my name is Nilly. I'm a rapper from New Orleans, Louisiana. ITS_NILLY on all the social platforms, you know. But yeah, I've been rapping for about a little bit over 10 years. Music is my passion. I don't do it just because I'm passionate about it. Like anything that I do, if I want to do it, I want to be the best at it, and I want to perfect my craft. So I take it seriously. I catch vibes from anything from a gospel song coming up in the church choir, to the lyricism of battle rap, to ambiance in passing, whether that be while I'm eating food at the club or just in the gym. You know, I just catch inspiration from everything that's around me, and I just use that to portray my message. My message is just about going and getting it. That's it. Like, no matter your circumstance, no matter what life has stacked against you, just go and get it. And don't make no excuses, because they not gonna make no excuses for you. So yeah, that's what I'm about. New Orleans, been moving around a lot. I started in New Orleans, lived in Dallas, Houston now, Atlanta, LA, Baton Rouge. So, you know, I'm just excited that wherever I've been able to amplify my voice, and people have been able to rock with it. So, you know, it's all good.
At this point, baby, he dropping bars already. You say you're trying to amplify your voice everywhere you go. Well, that wasn't exactly what you said, but I'll make sure I get that right.
You're right. You're right.
Man, that is so powerful. You brought up a lot of things that I definitely want to tap into. And please, I'm going to hold you accountable to make sure I bring it up later on.
Come on.
But you tapped on battle rap.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even understand the essence of battle rap and where it even originates from.
Yeah.
Boy, I'd say,
Come on.
Wow. So I love how you mentioned being in different elements, environments, and being able to pick up on the artistry elements of it. So that's a gift first and foremost, because a lot of people are not able to do that.
Right, that's fact.
So I have to go all the way back and ask you, at what age did that flame like spark where you decided, like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pursue some music.
Yep. It was really early, really early. Like many kids in New Orleans, like I was hoop dreaming. You know, I wanted to be in the NBA. You couldn't tell me I wasn't gonna be in the NBA.
I know that's right.
I was really nice at basketball. I was always elevated scholastically. I was always like all A's and stuff. So like, you know, I always knew that I was the one that just like, he gonna be somebody, but we just didn't know what it was. But my dad used to listen to, shout out to my pops, used to listen to Jay-Z, Ice Cube, 50 Cent, used to listen to all these albums, and I thought it was cool, but I couldn't really relate. Like, they was living lives that I didn't see myself living. And then my mom was a choir director, so like I was like stuck on gospel. That's why I really fell in love with the art of music, melodies, voices blending together. That's the first time.
Wow.
I remember the first time I caught chills during praise and worship.
Talk about the Holy Spirit.
Come on now.
Hello.
Come on now. So that was, I always loved music, but rap music did not take over my my interest until College Dropout. Kanye West. It was something in that moment when I listened to College Dropout that I was just like, it was like out of body experience. I was like,
wow,
this is what music is supposed to be.
Wow.
Not to mention that one of his singles on there was Jesus Walks. So you got, in my head as a church kid, it didn't make sense how they are talking about Jesus on secular radio. I couldn't understand that. I've never, at that point, you know, Kirk Franklin's Stomp was like the only thing that was like pushing the envelope for real. But at that time, it was just like, he really going for it, talking about Jesus, and it's on Q93, like, which is like the major hip hop station in New Orleans. So I was just like, this is crazy. And then All Falls Down. My favorite song on that project, Never Let Me Down, featuring Jay-Z, and he had like a spoken word artist and a choir in the background. And I was just like, okay, this is somebody I like. And he was the first artist that I was exposed to that was actively trying to get fresh. So like, and actively talking about like fashion and things like that. So, and then he wasn't scared to say something that meant something. I felt like he spoke for us at that time. So right then and there, as I'm flipping through the College Dropout CD cover.
Talk about like, CD covers.
Come on now.
Take it back. We missed those days.
So that was the time that it was apparent to me that I don't know how, but I'm gonna do the music. Cause like I was the type of kid that I was always into poetry. So like my mom's birthday, my dad's birthday, grandma's birthday, I'm writing poems and stuff. I was like, oh, that's cool. Go ahead and do your thing. Go ahead and say your poem and stuff. But they didn't know that was manifesting a vision in myself. So then when College Dropout came, I was just like, okay, I want to do that.
Wow.
And I'm not the type of person to where I'm just like, I want to do that and I'll just pick something up and stop. Like, no, if I say I want to do it, it's going to get done. It's just about the journey and manifesting and making sure that it get done. So, yeah, College Dropout was a game changer.
Talk about game changer. And you are a game changer, seriously.
Appreciate you.
Man, because Kanye West, he did come out pretty hard.
Yeah.
Very hard, especially like you said, All Falls Down, which was a banger.
Yeah.
Jesus Walks, in the other one. I need to go check it out because I love spoken word artists and I love
Never Let Me Down.
Never Let Me Down. I'm gonna have to check it out for sure. Wow. So you mentioned Kanye West.
Absolutely.
Are there any other artists that you look up to?
For sure.
Or, you know?
Absolutely. So, Kanye was a spark that got me going with the music. Lil Wayne was the one that showed me that it was attainable being where I'm from.
Ooh, Tumchi.
And like his metaphors is ridiculous. I actually was blessed with the opportunity to open up for Lil Wayne.
Oh, wow. What?
Yeah, so that was dope within itself. And I really got nostalgia. So like when I see him, I remember when he was passing out CDs in the Plaza Mall. They got tore down by Katrina. But he was passing out CDs around the Block is Hot time. And my older brother, shout out to Sean, he was like, man, Lil Wayne's really gonna be nice. But when you're in New Orleans, you're just like, all right, yeah, he nice for the city, but like, nah. And I remember when Wayne first said he was gonna be the best rapper alive. This was on Carter One, and I was like, nah. But then you saw he spoke it into existence and manifested it.
Yep.
Moving forward after Wayne, in 2009, playing basketball in high school, it was always this dude from North Carolina named J.K.O.K.
Ooh.
And my boy Jonathan Coney brought him up to me, and I was just like, man, this dude is hella dope, super underrated. Nobody knew who he was. And then come 2010, there was this dude out of Compton named Kendrick Lamar.
Wow.
And I was just like, yo, these two dudes are going to be like the best. And I said that back then in 2009 and 2010. And I have multiple friends that remember me saying that, and they was like, nah, you tripping. We listening to this Wayne, or we listening to this T.I., or we listening to, and all those people are dope, and I got inspiration from them. But I knew from the jump that Cole and Kendrick would be what they are today. And to see them at the forefront is inspirational. And one more other person that's influential in my development, Drake.
This is crazy.
Drake was the one that allowed me to be vulnerable to sing in music, because I've sang my whole life.
Baby, I tell you, he's a powerhouse.
But rapping was like, Drake was the first person that showed me that it was cool to do. You could do both.
Yeah.
So like, I know the Drake and Kendrick thing going on, but they both inspired me. So yeah, that's it. Those are my guys, and they've been my guys.
That's pivotal,
yeah.
Literally, because that's why I was like, that's crazy, because to know that you named J. Cole,
yes,
Drake, and Kendrick, and to know what we just experienced this past year with that whole rap beef and everything.
Right.
With
so you can imagine how I felt during this time, like my favorites going at it. But rap is always, it's a competition.
Yeah,
like,
that is true.
It's in its essence, it was a competition. Back to the battle rap, people going back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's a competition. So I think it's good, as long as nobody dying, you know what I'm saying? So like when it's dying, it gets corny and it defeats the purpose. But like now, like there's nothing wrong with people going back and forth in the art of sport, because when you're trying to be the best, you naturally there's competitive nature that comes with it. So and that's the essence of hip hop. But it is what it is. I enjoy the great music that we got from it.
I love that. Before I move on to this next question, I have to sit in this one. I'm so sorry, just because it's so perfect. You're from New Orleans. You mentioned Lil Wayne being one of your top ones that you look up to.
Yes.
In your opinion,
Super Bowl.
You already know I was going. How do you feel?
So two-sided. Number one, I love Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne inspired me way before I even knew I wanted to do music. Now, granted, as somebody who loves Kendrick, I feel like he was a perfect selection. Like, perfect selection. I know what Kendrick about to do on it. As somebody that doesn't only go to the shows, but studies the shows.
Yeah.
I think, humbly, that Kendrick Lamar is the best hip-hop performer of all time.
Wow, powerful.
As far as like command on the stage. So you're never gonna get me to say that Kendrick shouldn't be performing, right? Now, granted, there's some people in New Orleans that feel like Wayne should be performing, and that's fine. I think it makes it kind of sticky with the Drake Kendrick beef. It makes it kind of sticky. And I also know Kendrick's affinity for Wayne. Kendrick loves Wayne, and for sure. So I would only imagine that he would find a way to make it work.
I hope
but
it brings him out.
I'm not mad at the decision. You're not gonna get me to say it should have been Wayne. It shouldn't have been It should have been Ken. No, I believe Kendrick Lamar is the best performer ever. As somebody who studies his rhyme scheme, studies his breath control, his levels and how he moves, the background dances, how he incorporates like design and certain imagery and stuff like that. Cause like I don't just rap, like I'm an executive producer, like I'm
giving
you the whole thing. So like what Kendrick brings to a table as big as the Super Bowl, I think we might be watching the best Super Bowl halftime performance. So
I'm excited.
no complaints on my end, but I still would like to see him incorporate not just Wayne, New Orleans culture in it.
Yes, absolutely.
When Beyonce was there in the Super Bowl in New Orleans, she brought out some New Orleans dancers, some musicians, and things like that. So as long as he incorporates some New Orleans culture into it, which me studying him, like, I think he will do it. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
I think we'll be all right.
Okay, that's a solid answer. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Wow. So you mentioned poetry.
Yeah.
And hearing your all-time favorites.
Yep.
I'm so curious to know, what is your writing process like? What gets you in the mood? How do you go about everything?
So there is no defined process. Like I said, as somebody that gains inspiration from everything, I'm gaining inspiration from this interview right now.
Wow.
There's no blueprint. Like, I do know that I typically write when it's less social media distraction. I'm most in my bag at like 1 to 3 in the morning. When everything dies down, like, you can't really flip on nothing active on TV. People are not posting, But I could catch a vibe from anything. I do know I take a lot of road trips, and I do listen to beats on a road trip, so I kind of like come up with rhyme schemes and stuff. I listen to artists that influence me, up-and-coming artists. I also listen to the trendy playlist to see what's going, because it all becomes synonymous. Now, I also always try to stick to a message. And I also what helps me is I try to top my last project. I always try to be better than what I was, because if I'm getting better daily, 5 years down the line, I'm gonna look back and be like, I've come so far. And the biggest thing that I attribute that my fans tell me is we love the growth.
Wow.
I feel like I was the shit back then, but like now it's like, always trying to top myself. That keeps that hunger. So I don't really, like, writer's block is a thing, but when you got something to say, you just find a way to say it. So that's all that really is.
That's deep. And I love how you challenge yourself to become better.
Absolutely.
A lot of individuals don't even push themselves to make that change or even just grow in that area. So that's very, very, very key.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Come on.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go ahead and pause. I want y'all to hear from these sponsors, okay? Make sure you tap in with them. We'll be right back.
Go on, tap in.
This episode of From the Script is brought to you by the Creators Guild HTX. Please be sure to tap in with them. They are the one-stop shop for podcasting, production, and so much more. If you are looking to book your next session, please visit theguildhtx.com and just tap in with them. You never know what visions you're able to bring to life with them. So let's get it. All right, y'all, we are back, okay? And I have Mr. Nilly holding it down all the way from New Orleans, okay? What's going on? So, man, you have a new released song, y'all.
Yep.
Called The Good Kid. Give us the deets, please.
So, one of my staples is not only rapping on other people's beats, but one of my staples is merging music that was influential to me and putting it all under one concept. I dropped a Dropout for Kanye West about, it was like 2-3 years ago. I also dropped The Carter, which was a tribute to Lil Wayne, I filmed that in New Orleans. So it was only right that I kind of picked up the same steam and did it with one of my favorite artists, Kendrick. There's so many parallels to his story and mine. Being a good kid in a mad city, Compton and New Orleans, they kind of draw parallels. There's beauty in the struggle in those cities. So just being somebody who like wanted to overcome their circumstances and be better and be a shining light and not pass judgment, but to show people that you could do it as well. There's a lot of parallels to his story to mine. And I think that's what made me really rock with him. But I knew that Kendrick is so great performing. Kendrick is so great with attention to details, and as far as the production of his visuals, you always feel like he's taking you to a different place. So I feel like the last two that I did, I was in one outfit and just one shot, and I incorporated different things in the background. But for this one, I was like, nah, we got to take it there. Every single song transition, I'm transitioning my outfits.
Love.
They are attributing to whether it be looks that he wore when on tour.
Come on.
Whether it be looks that he had on the music videos, or whether it be looks that he had, like some of his staple looks for award shows and things like that. But I was making sure that I wanted to execute something that if he was so happen to see it, he would understand, and he would be proud for sure. So that's in the works. But yeah, I'm the type of person to where, like, I feel like as far as my original music, I'm not Beyonce. I can't just drop out the sky. So we got to give something to the viewers to warm them up to where when I do drop, they have the appetite to want to hear from me. I'm earning the right to drop. You know, I feel like that's a big thing for up-and-coming artists. You can't just drop music and expect it to go platinum just like that. Your marketing is even more important than the project, than the product. So just being strategic, knowing that, you know, what's going on with him about to perform at the Super Bowl, as well as the beef situation and things like that. But what people don't know is way before all of this, this was one of my biggest influences. I actually got a chance to meet Kendrick Lamar in 2012 in the Varsity Theater.
Wow.
He came to perform. Good Kid, Mad City was dropping like weeks later. And I actually shared a moment with Kendrick to where I was rapping one of his songs. I was like in the front row and stuff. And after the show, I bought a T-shirt.
Love.
He signed it. He recognized me from the show, and he signed a pair of Beats by Dre headphones.
Wow.
And he gave them to me because that's when the Dr. Dre collab first came out.
It sure
so,
was.
Yeah, so this was in 2012. So full circle, I had to do it for him. So that's one of my biggest influences, and you know, moving forward, hopefully one of my biggest peers. So that's what it was. Just being inspired and wanted to get my own. And I've always wondered, like, how would I sound on Kendrick's song, you know? Because some people shy away from the greats, but like me, it's just like, okay, it's game time. Like this is what I got to kick for you. So, you know, shout out to the good kids. Shout out to my manager Tay for helping style all those fits. Shout out to Malik Baker for filming it. Shout out to Q Ventura for doing the behind the scenes footage that's dropping. But yeah, it was a dope project, and now we're just trying to get it to the masses.
I love that. And we're going to speak it into existence, okay?
Absolutely.
You are going to have a song with Kendrick Lamar.
Absolutely.
Period.
And I ain't no slouch, so I know I'm saying I love him.
We looking in the camera. But period.
We going for it.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
I love that. Wow. Hearing all of the songs that you've just described, it's hard to just, for me, it's hard to narrow down a favorite for me.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you, do you have a favorite song that you would consider like the one, and why is it your favorite?
A favorite song? So is this like rap song or just song in general?
Like your favorite song, like something of yours.
My favorite song. So context, my favorite song changes pretty much daily. Or I have a spurt to where I'm only listening to one song. Victoria Monet, On My Mama, I was listening to for about 2 months straight. Shout out to Victoria Monet, super dope. Right now, it's hard for me to pick a song. I will say my favorite song all time is More Than Anything. It's a gospel song. And I find myself, anytime I listen to it, I get emotional. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but that just stems from me starting out in the church choir, my mom being choir director and stuff. So that's my favorite song of all time. Right now, my favorite, I'll change it up a bit. I'm not going to say my favorite song. What I will say is one of my favorite artists right now that is not getting the shine that I feel like he deserves is J.I.D. J.I.D. is signed to Dreamville. Definitely one of my favorite artists. He's most notably known for his song Surround Sound, which had an Instagram sensation with like the camera TikToks and all that stuff. But that dude is a beast. He is super dope, and I'm super excited to see what he has going next. Anything he drops, I feel like I got to be tapped in with. So definitely shout out to JID. I know that wasn't a concrete answer, but if I had to say favorite song is more than anything, but
And I low-key wanted to know your favorite song, like one that you produced and wrote.
So my favorite song of myself, my favorite song of myself is a song called Serbia. I feel like it is the reason why it's called Serbia is because the song was co-produced by LP on the track. He's from the States, but no, Koho is from the States, but LP is from Serbia. So that's the reason why it's called Serbia. It's a fun song. Showing my versatility with some of the singing, rapping, the pockets that I'm hitting. It's one of my well-received songs from my audience. So, Serbia. Also, I have a song called Twists and Turns where I'm really in my storytelling bag. I'm talking about personal experiences and things, getting very vulnerable. Both of those are on my project Balance. Go stream that. Go watch that. But yeah. My favorite songs will be those, but I am so excited to show what I have coming next. So,
ooh, let's get it. Let's get it. Well, speaking of what's coming next, we'll be right back after we hear back from our sponsor.
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28 telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like...
Man, so I really wanted to peel back this layer and ask you, being that your mom is heavily invested in church, and not only just in church, but she is also a choir director. I'm curious to what her viewpoint was or her perspective of when it came down to you making the transition to being a rapper.
Yeah, so my mom was a choir director. My dad was a senior deacon, so everybody was heavily involved in the church. When it came to me rapping, to be honest, the biggest thing that gave me the boost of confidence was their unwavering support in me doing it.
That's good.
They were always my biggest advocates. At first, when I first started doing music, I wasn't cursing or anything, so it was all clean. But, you know, as you grow in your experiences, your viewpoints grow and stuff, so I didn't want to just stick to holding on to a thing just to hold on to a thing, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, they support it. They just want me to be authentically myself. They don't want me to come across as inauthentic. As long as I'm being myself and as long as I'm going for it and doing the necessary steps to fully go for it, they are 100%. My dad is like my biggest critic. Like, he'll be like, nah, I ain't like that flow right there. You need to switch it up. You need to speed it up. My mom was always talking about you need to make sure you have vocal inflections when you're rapping because people want to be able to sing along with you and stuff. So, like, they are my biggest supporters. And that's an important thing. A lot of times parents, they knock their children's dreams because it's not what their preconceived vision for them was. It is not the conventional way. But I just implore all parents, you know, I'm not a parent yet, but I implore all parents to just, you know, listen to your kids, you know, because they have to live that life. They have to walk in that path. Of course, impart wisdom and give them good teachings, but understand that they're their own individual person, and just water the plant because it's gonna grow. You want to be able to be like, I was there helping you in the beginning. Because if you truly give people confidence to do what they want to do and do what they're inspired to do, you are going to be aiding in their success. So, yeah, shout out to moms and dad. Yeah, they my everything for sure.
Come on, my dudes holding it down and Pops in the building. Yeah. What do you hope listeners gain from your music?
You know, I always struggle with that one because, you know, of course I want them to, you know, be inspired and share and follow my journey. But the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I just put the music out and, you know, I get the response and I take that for what it's worth, you know, whether people critique or whether people say I'm rocking with it I'm an open book as far as my DMs is concerned, with people like sending me things that they want to hear from me. Because, I want to do certain things, but I'm not stupid to disregard that I'm a vessel for other people. I'm a voice for other people. Because I can have the greatest music to me, but if people are not receiving it and understanding it and gravitating towards it, I'm doing a disservice. I'm being selfish.
Wow.
So, of course, there's messages I want to portray, but I want people to just understand that, I'm trying to be great. Yeah. I am great. I'm going to be great.
Period.
So as long as you get inspired to overcome your own circumstance, to be great in your field, whatever that is. Everybody can't rap. Everybody can't sing. Everybody can't be a great podcast host. But hopefully what I do shines a light on you to where you can do that in your respective field.
Wow.
If that's happening, then, the box is checked for me.
I love that. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. What advice would you give an artist who's trying to break into the industry?
My advice is to do it now and stop waiting. What are you waiting on? It's not gonna be perfect even if you try to perfect it. It's still not gonna be perfect. So just do it now. And that's me speaking to my younger self. Always I need to wait for the opportune moment. I need to wait for the opportune thing. Just do it now. You're going to fail fast and learn from it. I never lose. I either win or I learn. So that's another winning aspect. So do it now. The thing that if you want to start that startup, if you want to start going to the gym, if you want to start a music path, do it now, because tomorrow is not promised. And I think a lot of us move like tomorrow is promised. I can just do it tomorrow. But what if today was the last time that you could offer something to the world to where you can leave a lifelong impact? So do it now. Somebody needs you to do it now. There's somebody who is literally, what you do is changing their life. You might not be cognizant to it, but most of the work is getting done when behind closed doors. When I get DMs of people saying bro, you inspired me to keep going. Yeah. Your words inspired me when I was in a dark place, but now I'm in a better place because of your songs. Yeah. Or I like how you moving and you're inspiring me that I want to get my career started. Seeing what you're doing, but those are the things I don't even think about, but those things happen. So make sure that, we as long as you're not wasting no time.
Come on.
It may take a year. It may take 15 years. But at the end of the day, if it's done, it's done. Don't waste no time in the meantime, because Rome wasn't built in a day. I am not who you see today based on just what happened yesterday. It's been a journey, but we're gonna keep stacking up these wins, and then at the end of the season, we're gonna see that I like how my record stacks out. So just small wins every day, because when you're not working, somebody else is. So.
Ooh, let me tell you, you have been dropping gems this entire episode. Not only dropping gems, but you have truly inspired me in so many different ways. Come on. Just being able to finally sit down and talk with you and just peel back the layers of your story, baby, it's a win-win for me, okay? Yeah. Ooh, so right now, we're going to take a quick transition to a game called Underrated or Overrated. Okay. And this is where I'll toss out random categories, and you just have to let me know if it's underrated or overrated and why in a matter of 7 seconds. Gotcha. We're going to try to do 7 seconds.
Okay. I know I'm long-winded, but I'll be
cutting up.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
Okay. 7 seconds. Let's see. So the first one is, we were talking about this earlier, rap beef.
Underrated. Iron sharpens iron. Sometimes you gotta pop out. Yeah. I was about to say it. But sometimes you gotta take it there just to sharpen your knife. So iron sharpens iron. That's the root of it. So I would say underrated. Wow. It kind of, as long as nobody dying, underrated.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. The next one is journaling.
Journaling, underrated. You got to write it down to commit it to memory.
Come on, write the vision, make it
Like,
plain, baby.
You got to, because nobody fails to plan. People just, nobody plans to fail. People just fail to plan. So you got to write it down. So underrated for sure.
That's deep. That's deep. That's good. That's good. Look, baby, you said 7 seconds. Who? You got it done. Okay. Ooh, men going to therapy.
Therapy, underrated. And you don't necessarily have to be in a conventional therapy setting, but there's things that are therapeutic. But sometimes we need to voice our opinions just to be heard. So I would say underrated.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
And then the last one, darling. Sexy red.
Sexy red. Underrated. Because her impact is astronomical, and she's gonna grow into something even bigger. Don't take what she is at face value. I think she's gonna grow into something bigger as she progresses, and her impact is enormous. So I would say underrated. I'm curious to see what she does next. Yeah.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, man. Is there anything else that you would like to leave the viewers with?
Yeah. For starters, put God first. Never forget. Never forget. Never forget. You are blessed to be in a position to try again.
Wow.
You are blessed to be in a position to have the ability to have a second chance. I know we look at our circumstances and we feel like we are sometimes ashamed or feel like we wasted time, but you are blessed to have an opportunity to try again.
Wow.
So don't take that for granted. Number 2, be yourself. You are enough.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to put on a front to try to be something that you're not, because you'll be chasing a ghost. It's hard to keep up with a lie when you're naturally yourself. People see your authenticity, and people appreciate that. That's the reason why artists like Cardi B, Sexy Red, that they're so championed, because they are authentically themselves, and we see that and we rock with it. As well as Glorilla. Shout out to Glorilla.
Glow.
I just had to throw in some Glorilla in there. But yeah, be yourself. And number 3, don't be ashamed to go for it, to go all in on it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to make your plan A, your plan B, C, and D. Like, go for it. Invest your time, money, and resources with it. Don't half-ass nothing. If you're going to do it, do it. Travel to get more experiences to water your gift. Put in the work and study the greats that are trying to do what you're trying to do, and understand what it took them to do. My dad always told me, if Kobe Bryant is shooting 5,000 shots, why you not outside working on your left hand?
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be a rapper, you need to be studying the rap greats to see what they did.
Yep.
They don't have to be your favorite, because one thing that you can always pick up on is work ethic.
Ooh, that's good.
But work ethic is being great daily, doing that every single time. No matter what it is that you do, you just need to be consistent in doing it. Nobody stumbles upon greatness. Even that person who you think is an overnight sensation, they have been putting in the work time in and time out. So just make sure that you are putting in the work, because it don't happen without the work. This is not a lottery business to where we just stumble upon, oh, I'm rich and famous. Nah, it doesn't happen like that. You got to put in the work daily. And if nobody said that they love you, I love you.
Oh, that's
for sure. Because sometimes you need to hear that, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not too macho rapper, man, to not say that. And that's something that I've been saying every time I go live on Instagram, or every time I do an Instagram story. I just put that in the back. Subconsciously, God just put it on my heart to say that.
Wow.
But yeah, you are valued. Wow. It's worth you being here.
Wow.
But yeah, that's what I got. That's my offering, you know, the 5-way.
At
Your
this
mama
point,
favorite rapper.
Look, you gonna make me go into tears. Wait a minute. At this point, what is going on? Wow, that is so deep. And I'm looking at your hoodie. It says a pivot in it.
Yeah.
You are literally that. You are so pivotal. And I'm
appreciate
just like, wow. Ooh,
Appreciate that.
man.
Shout out to my boy Ryan Clark. you know, shout out to the Pivot.
Yeah.
Very inspirational.
Facts.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very. Straight into the camera. Let everybody know where they can connect with you, follow you, stream your new music and all your oldies and your goodies and your newbies.
Absolutely. So you rocking with Nilly Nation in the building, Fire Life on the way. And you can follow me at ITS_NILLY. You can stream my music on Apple Music, Spotify. Just search Nilly. You'll see me there, as well as make sure you go to YouTube Nilly Nation, and see my latest drop, The Good Kid, inspired by Kendrick Lamar. I love it and I appreciate y'all, and this was dope. I love it.
I love that. The
The
Fireway, you know what I'm saying? Let them know. Oh, wow. Well, thank you. It was such a pleasure having you here on From the Script. Man, wow.
Yeah, make sure y'all go.
Y'all
go run this up. Like, subscribe.
Run it up.
You gotta do it. I'm gonna make sure my Nilly Nation, we gonna be behind you.
That's what I wanted to say. I like Nilly Nation.
Yeah.
Tongue twister for me, but Nilly Nation.
Yeah.
I like that, baby. Yes. It's been a wrap for From the Script. Okay, make sure to tap in. And remember to be bold, don't fold, and come through the fire. As go. We out.
Yeah. I like that.
Ooh, cool.